This is What the Flock Radio's Birds of a Feather. We are an indie music-focused show rife with witty, fuck-laden, insanely interesting, and unhinged banter. Our thematic submissions will confuse, infuse, and delight you, while our fascinating, fun features fluster, flummox, fulfill, and thrill you. And I am, as always, Professor P. Soup, international rock legend, radiant savant, amateur wildlife photographer, head of the Brotherhood of the Immaculate Edit. And you know what? This is an order that doesn't require celibacy, but I think it would be good for us, so I'm kind of leading by example. You know, so that's kind of my what a gift to the cause. You know, and it takes
nice.
Takes a lot to fend off all the approaches I get.
Sure.
And Madam Showrunner.
Oh, well, who am I? I am the vocalist for the rock band Ascent. That's ASNT. We would love it if you would find us on your favorite music platform by searching ASNT Rocks. You won't be sorry. And our tagline is Listen and Be Changed Forever. So, as typical for me, I do my Who Dat. And so, let's see if you can guess Who Dat. Ready?
Oh, yeah, I do pretty well at these.
Yes, you do. It's ridiculous. It was a Del Shannon concert that inspired me to form my own band. I began my music career in 1963 as a member of the Andicaps and was a songwriter for Idle Race. I have a star on both the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the Birmingham Walk of Stars. I prefer the studio to the rigors and tedium of touring. In 1979, I rejected an offer from my then band to headline the Nebworth concert in the UK, allowing Led Zeppelin to headline instead. In 1994, I worked with the Beatles on the anthology album series. I've also worked with Regina Spektor, Roy Orbison, Randy Newman, Brian Wilson, Tom Petty, and many more. And I was finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017.
Ooh. For some reason, very early on, I actually thought you were talking about Tom Petty. And then several things totally eliminated that from the realm of the possible. You might really have me stumped on this one. I don't know.
I am shocked. It's Jeff Lynne.
I thought ELO. I mean,
yeah, I knew you were circling that.
Yeah. I
were
thought,
right
I actually
there.
did. I thought ELO. Why not Jeff Lynne? And for some reason...
Well, I tried to throw you off, though, because it was so easy.
Collaborated with Tom Petty. I didn't think of that. I mean,
and I actually purposely put Roy Orbison and Tom Petty far away so I didn't traveling Wilbury.
Yeah, you didn't say Bob Dylan.
That's right. I was like, nope.
Yeah, if you would have said...
Giveaway.
George Harrison or something, I probably would have thought Wilburys.
I was like, no.
And connected a couple of dots.
Yeah, so you were I knew it. That's why I tried to throw you off. I knew that if I said a couple other things, I already thought that Beatles anthology was going to give it away.
No, so you left things out, you evil woman.
Oh, rude.
Love ELO.
So that's my Who Dat.
All right. And, ordinarily, this time we come and we talk about, like, if anything's going on in our, lives as artists. And, Christina will be like, so I did this, I did that, and we have this thing going on and that thing going on. And I'm like, one of these days I'm going to do something, I swear. Well, there's a little bit of tiny developments, at least, in my joke of a life. Someday, I actually found a place to do some live performing. So I've done 13 Professor P. Soup songs live for an actual audience of varying sizes. And so that was...
Where do you do this?
At a place in Murrieta, California, called Millie's, and open mic, and they let you do a bunch of 3 songs a night, and having a great time with that. So I'm kind of like playing rock star, like Christina here, pretending to be what Christina really is here, and it is it's fun. So, and well, here we are tonight. It's been a few weeks. So sorry about the technical difficulties, but the on-air talent is assembled. We're ready to create some content and influence whatever pitiable creatures could be influenced by a show like this. I don't know.
Hey,
what are we going to influence them to do?
You're not supposed to say bad things about the show.
What are we going to influence them? Well, you know what? We could influence them towards discernment in music. I take that back. Okay, I take it all back.
And finding indie musicians they love.
Yes,
So, very happy to hear that you are doing performances. We are actually returning to the fair. We haven't been to the fair in a few years, and we are playing on Saturday, July 22nd at 2:30 p.m., and we are playing on the Plaza stage.
And which fair would this be?
This is the Orange County Fair.
County Fair.
So, yeah, it's a great thing.
I believe Los Angeles has a fair. That's why I wanted you to point out the fair in
Yes.
particular, Orange County.
So playing in the fair is a big deal. It always has been a big deal. And the thing we love the most is that it's all ages, so that a lot of our young fans can come see us and enjoy. So if you're able, it's on a Saturday. We normally end up playing on a Friday, right before the end of the workday. But with our work schedules, we couldn't play. So actually playing on a Saturday.
Nice.
So that should be fun. So that's a pretty big deal. It's been 2.5 years since we last played. We played a couple times in a row to rave reviews. So hopefully that's going to be a good one for us. It's going to be a hot one, though, folks. So you come out. We'd love for you to come out, but it's going to be a hot one. Bring your sunscreen and your hats and everything. And remember, you do have to pay the entrance fee, but... That's the big thing, and we're working on booking more shows. We did a show on Friday at Bobby V's, and we're looking forward to booking more shows. But right now, we're just recording new music.
All right, new music from Ascent, some recycled stuff live from sort of live from Frisbee Soup, and of course, new shows. We are back with a spate of new shows, and an outright spate, a literal spate.
A literal spate, yes.
Not a metaphorical spate. And at the end of our last show, we told you what the theme was going to be for this show, what turns out to be this show you're listening to right now. And I remember, it's been a long time, okay? It's been quite a while, actually. And I remember singing, Smew've made me so, Veery Harpy.
It's always going to tickle me.
Don't.
I fucking
Never
love
think
it.
there's one I won't do. That I have any shame whatsoever.
I am waiting for you to be like, I'm not saying that. I'm just not.
And people are thinking, how many birds was that? And what did that actually mean?
It was 3
Harpy,
birds.
You made me a harpy. It's songs about, it's a play on words. It's a song, the show is about songs concerning happiness, joy, and optimism. So no gloomy gust show here, no angsty, gothy things. Probably a minimum of spectral vocals and theatrical whatever's the things we always say about every type of. We'll see what kind of
every
harpy
damn song.
What kind of harpiness comes as a direct result of listening to tonight's songs that Christina has so carefully curated. And we'll introduce the upcoming theme.
Yay.
So you can be kind of mulling that over and
That's right. Send it in.
Marinating that in your mind. And the theme for the next Birds of a Feather episode will be Blame It on the Crane. I'm reading this live, and I'm like, wait a second. Oh, it's a song. I said, Blame It on the Crane. We're talking Milli Vanilli, folks.
Yes.
Songs about pointing fingers, assigning fault, or accepting blame. Let's play the blame game with some awesome tunes next time. Blame It on the Crane. But that's next time. Tonight we're stuck with... It's not stuck with. We're sticking with. Not stuck. We are happily wedded to the topic of Smew've made me so very happy.
I'm never going to ever forget that one. That's like the best.
I wouldn't have done that a third time.
It's
without
beautiful.
Her. And, well, finally, I see a name on this format other than my own. What a relief. Go ahead.
That's true. So we're going to do the typical Crystal Clear, and for this every show feature, we are challenged to use a selected phrase as much as possible throughout the show. Since these phrases are often crystal unclear, we use them, or our use of them rather, will likely follow suit. So this time it is vibe check. This is to check someone's energy or mood. It's a spontaneous and usually random time where someone checks your vibe. A vibe check should usually be a pleasant experience where the person being checked is vibing. So I'm going to probably do a vibe check.
You know, and I know in our modern parlance, vibe has become 1 out of every 3 words uttered by any human on Earth today. I've never quite gotten the whole thing. I know what a vibe is, more or less. But anyway, vibe check is something that sounds like should be done to me numerous times during the execution of this show.
Yes. So, quick vibe check.
So far, the vibe is good. So far, yeah.
It's good. All right. Good
It's a
vibe.
bop. It's a banger.
All right. I like it. So that takes us to our very first artist. Okay, so the first artist we're going to listen to is MF Robots, which I hope beyond hope is motherfucking robots, but it probably isn't. The song's name is, I know this is going to really, really be crazy, but it is Happy Song. And they're R&B, soul, funk, jazz. So, this is quite a mix. Are you ready, Mr. David?
When I see the words R&B, soul, funk, jazz, I'm always ready.
All right, exactly. And they hail from the UK, as do two other acts tonight, completely accidental. So here is MF Robot.
All right, and that was MF Robots with Happy Song. And, oh, man, what do you say about this? It was I just knocked flat. This has got to be some B-side or some lost cut from the vaults.
Right.
That whole sassy soul jazz, it's like disco jazz. It's like,
it is.
It's like Daz, man. It's like
Daz.
Daz, disco jazz. That whole swing and sassy thing, like Kool and the Gang, Ohio Players, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Chic, it has a lot of that all crunched up into one just gorgeous package of the classic 70s, 80s soul thing, glorious disco pop, group vocals, male and female. I mean, it had it all. Crazy-ass beat.
Right?
Ripping funk bass.
Yes.
Sweet little synthesizer solo, and you got the old scratchy guitars and all that Nile Rodgers stuff. This is such a crack ensemble, a really awesome band, and it's not just they're all a bunch of aces and top of the game of what they do. The song is great.
This song is great. La la la.
Wow.
La la la. La la la. La la la.
This stands up there with anything that we remember from the Golden Age.
Absolutely.
Incredible work, you guys. And I, some bands, honestly, you play them on the show, they're being played by so many shows, they don't hear them all. If you do hear this, I hope you do hear this, because you guys are incredible.
We're blown away.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't listen to the whole song before I put them on. You have to capture me. As I always say, in the first 15 seconds. I heard that start and I thought, oh my God, this is so going on the show, and I was so excited. This song makes me so happy. It definitely passes the vibe check, right? It is, fun, soulful, playful, and I love that that there are all of these textures. The textures kill me in this song. And obviously the vocals, she's brilliant. Whoever she is, just these beautiful vocals. You got the male vocals in there. I really love the lyrics, that funky ass solo. Yeah. Holy shit. And then those horns, the breakdown with the horns and the keys. I can't say enough. I am really in love. I'm standing for MF Robots.
And, if anybody gives a negative report to their vibe check, have them listen to that, and that will just rectify the whole thing.
And I just have to tell you, one of the things, because I have to go research, their social media and everything, and there was a video, and this beautiful lead queen, her beautiful outfits, I can't even tell you, just gorgeous.
This is the kind of stuff you would have seen on the Midnight Special before these people were probably even born.
Absolutely.
And just that sound. I can't believe that is not some unearthed treasure from 40 years ago. It's that good.
It is. And they're on their way to the top. They continue to climb. I want to get them on the show before they're too big to be on our show. But where can we find them?
Oh, well, according to all my best sources and reliable informants, they can be found on Facebook at MF Robots, exactly as it sounds, thankfully for us.
You can also buy this track, which I certainly did. You can buy this track on Bandcamp as well. So,
do so.
Whew, okay, there you go. So guess what? Guess you're doing your first of 2 features, and I cannot wait.
And what exactly did you do so far?
I put the show together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, okay.
Did I mention I tied it up?
And I drove really far.
Did I mention I tied it up?
That's all you got?
Well, I did a modicum of preparation, which results in this feature.
Yes.
I got to say, since unlike Richard III, I am in the giving vein today.
Oh, thank you.
I consent to do a feature because it is my will. It is a divine fiat of mine.
Oh my God! Hang on, you want to just check the eye roll?
Barf.
Am I passing the vibe check?
Yeah, that's causing a definite vibe check fail. Yeah. We'll reassess at the end of the feature, and you'll probably be asleep by then and feeling very relaxed.
No, I'll be standing.
And the feature I've so graciously selected to enact.
Is it gracious?
Is Swan Song. How very appropriate. Persons like myself often have swans about them. Kings, For this feature, we discuss a band or artist's final work. And, of course, this is mainstream acts only. Final work, and do they know? Do they not know? Somewhere else there's a longer series of questions that accompanies this.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they know? Did they not know? Was it sudden? And it could have been a concert, it could have been an album, it could have been whatever. But what is it this time?
I think of Tom Petty, right? I think of Tom Petty where he didn't know it was his swan song. It was pretty, he's cut pretty short, his life. So he didn't know it was his swan song.
No, exactly. And sometimes they don't know.
Freddie Mercury knew.
Oh, yes.
Right? So, some of those things, if you think about them, did they know, did they not know? Either way, it's just heartbreaking.
It is. And what about this group here? Well, in 1996, a certain recording act released their last studio album. The cover featured 2 Allosauruses, basically that's like T-Rexes, wearing yellow sombreros, giving the illustration an adorable sense of whimsy, with the little arms just like the T-Rexes and their yellow sombreros.
Aww.
The title, Adios Amigos, complete with inverted exclamation at the beginning. Proper Spanish, folks. So, what Latin crossover artist offered this as its swan song? None other than New York's own lobotomized, brat-beating, glue-sniffing, cretin-hopping Ramones.
Very nice intro. I think they'd even approve of that one.
Yes. Too bad they're not here to hear it. All of the original Ramones are dead, you know.
Yeah.
A couple of members we'll discuss are still with us, which is so irritating. You go on social media, and some account will show an ad or show a story about a concert from years gone by, like Black Sabbath and the Ramones opened for them, which is pretty weird anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and then somebody will say, DM me for tickets. It's like, dude, the show took place 50 years ago, and everybody involved is dead. Yeah, I got tickets, though. It's like, if you've got tickets to that and the time machine to get there, hell, I'll go, because I never saw the Ramones, you know.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
That's weird.
Now, even scrupulous gossip avoiders like me know that this band was no happy fraternity. There were lineup changes, but as is the cause with a number of classic rock bands, lead singer Joey and guitarist Johnny were the group's constant members until the end. We had, besides Joey being ill, being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I believe.
Yes.
Besides that, alcoholism, heroin addiction, girlfriend stealing, allegedly, and all sorts of interpersonal squabbles and polar opposite ideologies kept things extremely tumultuous throughout the band's 18-year career. Mr. 1234 himself, founding bassist and second lead vocalist Dee Dee Ramone, had gone several albums earlier to be replaced in both roles by C.J. Ramone, who is really terrific. And along with Johnny and Joey, it was he and longtime drummer Marky Ramone, who joined all the way back on Road to Ruin and appears in the band with the band in the classic cult film Rock and Roll High School. Who got together to make this.
Classic,
cult classic.
All right,
which
I'll
does not
accept
mean,
that.
I mean, one of those craptastic cult things. You know?
Yes.
Fun film, though.
Yes.
What they certainly knew was going to be their swan song album. But, you know, how do you do that? Liberal Joey and conservative Johnny had disliked each other for years and barely spoke. Johnny resented having to play on certain songs that Joey wrote, like Bonzo Goes to Bitburg, making fun of President Reagan,
Ooh.
and Censor Shit, a dig at the PMRC, Tipper Gore, and parental advisory labels, which, a little bit of a side, it's not censorship, by the way. I mean, if the content were censored, there wouldn't be a need for a label, now would there? I never quite understood the objection to giving parents a little heads up that your impressionable young ones might be listening to songs about sodomizing corpses, but that's me, you know, anyway.
I just think it was probably their idea was, free speech, but you know what? We got to think of the audience. And you know what? If the kids, once they grow up, want to be exposed to that, that's cool. I don't really understand the big thing. I think they saw it as censorship, but even today we voluntarily say that our song Dear Malcontent is explicit.
Yeah, and it's not censorship because, as I said, they're getting to say what
Still
they want to
say.
It.
We're just saying,
somebody's getting a heads up saying this
hey,
isn't...
parents, just so you know, this bitch says fuck a lot.
Yeah, and that can
okay.
be all it is. That can be all it is.
Yes.
You know? And anyway, the near constant touring was one thing. As Johnny once put it, playing live is a job, and you don't necessarily have to like everyone you work with.
Shit.
But when it comes time to make a record, it really helps if you're getting along, you know.
It does, yes.
You know, when I see Johnny Ramone's point there, and also the other thing, so what kind of swan song did the Ramones have with Adios Amigos? You figure maybe it would be some sad, rote, by-the-numbers affair just to fulfill a contract, tick that last box and put the whole thing out of its misery because they didn't want to go ending their career with an album of covers, which the previous one, Acid Eaters, was.
Ooh.
So it's like, you want to end with a covers album? Nah. But it's in fact a romping, stomping good time, chock full of all the ingredients that has endeared them to their Pinhead fans for almost 20 years.
Pinhead. I
Pinhead.
love it.
Kicking off with one of the album's two covers, a Tom Waits song called I Don't Want to Grow Up. Because had it been a Ramones song, it would have been called I Don't Want to Grow Up, but it's actually
Right.
Want to. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. I said, okay, they didn't write this. Sharp, poignant, and witty. This mid-tempo rocker says no thanks to the travails and reality of adulthood in favor of childlike idealism. It's just a joy. Bassist CJ sings the next one, Making Monsters for My Friends. In that snide and almost hysterical tone fans came to love from Dee Dee, who actually wrote the song, which is one of several leftover compositions of his that ended up on their last album. In addition to their signature pogo anthems and Dum Dum Boy lyrics, the Ramones early on developed a penchant for intense, high-drama chord progressions, sometimes overlaid by Dum Dum Boy lyrics, which is super fun, and sometimes with some genuine and emotional heft. The third track, which is called It's Not For Me To Know, is another Dee Dee composition, is one of the latter ones. Very, very heavy, emotional, strong song. And another Dee Dee pen tune is up next, sung by CJ, and this is just a classic example of Ramones humor. The Crusher is the first-person narrative of the self-proclaimed King of the Ring, a wannabe wrestler full of big talk about how he's going to take on and eliminate the Russian Bear. But when the big night finally comes, he's too afraid to even leave his dressing room.
Oh.
And it's just pure fun.
It is fun.
Now, we've all heard about bullshit plagiarism lawsuits like He's So Fine, My Sweet Lord, which is ridiculous. Ghostbusters, I Want a New Drug. You've heard that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Huey Lewis won that one.
I think so, too.
So I'm not sure how this next tune, written and sung by Joey, escaped a similar fate. The chorus of Life's a Gas sounds amazingly similar to a certain T-Rex song called, what was it again? Oh, that's right, Life's a Gas.
Thinly veiled plagiarism.
They're mocking T-Rex here by putting the Allosauruses on the cover, obviously. Just occurred to me. I'm sure there's a story there, or it's an homage or some kind of thing. But anyway, it's a great song. Didi Ramone's stamping his legacy on this album because the next one is also, he left to become a rapper, by the way. His, and every bit as serious as the title, Take the Pain Away, would suggest. It's getting heavier, Didi.
It is getting real heavy.
The Ramones love their oldies, and in their covers, ranging from the rockin' Do You Wanna Dance to the bittersweet Needles and Pins, it shows, as well as their keen knack for writing their own in similar styles. Rounding out side one is a sweet cover, however, from Johnny Thunders called I Love You, which is the real Phil Spector kind of thing, if ever I heard one. Well, the Ramones love Cretans also, and side two kicks off with yet another Cretan song called Cretan Family, sung by CJ. It's a dumb thing. Kind of vicious, you know. Drummer Marky wrote the next one with somebody outside the band, and it's a favorite of mine, lampooning everybody's most beloved reflex benediction, have a nice day. I heard it from my landlord when he kicked me out. I heard it
Great.
I heard it from the spirits as they possessed my house. Have a nice day.
God.
It's just a trained reaction, he sings, something they got to say, which leads to its inevitable conclusion. I heard it from my doctor before he pulled the plug. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Well, Queen's Roger Taylor might have written about a boy racer being in love with his car, but the Ramones' CJ has some words of love for his scattergun. The title is sort of a slang for shotgun, if you didn't know, and he actually names a brand. Oh. Remington must have been heartbroken, but Mossberg gets the shout-out here. Yeah, they're going, hell yeah. You know, we're going to sell millions of shotguns now.
Did they?
No, they didn't. You know, when somebody, when product placements like that can be very, very lucrative, but this was not one. You know. I think Walther PPK's sales went up like 600% after Bond started using them or something.
Well,
like that.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and forget about Pontiac Trans Ams. You know, the whole Smokey and the Bandit thing.
Smokey and the Bandit.
And although CJ might not have been around in the early days, he's obviously got the spirit of the two-line minimalism songwriting approach we saw in tunes like I Don't Care from Rocket to Russia. That one went, I don't care about this world, I don't care about that girl, I don't care. That's the whole lyric.
There it is.
That's like, that's like the Roses are Red, Violets are Blue Iggy Pop one you made up. or quoted directly, I'm not sure which.
I think I made it up.
Yeah. Well, this track is called Got a Lot to Say. Rather ironically, since the entirety of the lyric is, I got a lot to say. I can't remember now. But it's so much fun to listen to. You know, and I love how this band is always mindful of their responsibility not to overwork the brains of their fans. I mean, I don't know if everybody takes that serious. I don't know if Ascent takes that seriously enough.
We don't.
You don't.
No.
So with this song,
Not
they
a
pulled back
consideration.
just in time. They pulled back just in time because things were getting kind of cerebral there.
Oh, God. Don't want to overdo it.
But surprisingly, it's time for another serious one. Joey gives us She Talks to Rainbows, and the girl in question is driving him out of his head because she talks to birds, angels, trees, bees, rainbows, but, he laments, she don't talk to me. It's a rather sweet number in which he describes her as a lost girl who looks so helpless and so sad, and he wants to help her, but she won't talk to him.
Oh.
Come on, girlie. He's got to be more helpful than the bees, at least. I mean, it's Joey.
One can only imagine.
Good stuff, yeah. And aside from certain reissues containing the Motorhead song R-A-M-O-N-E-S, and others featuring the Ramones version of the Spider-Man theme, yes. Only one track remains, and it concerns a certain city. Do you happen to recall which city's ice capades Jackie the Punk and Judy the Runt went to join?
No.
Berlin, a favorite Ramones subject along with commies and dope. This very dramatic number is called Born to Die in Berlin, complete with lines like torn painted lips tasting the last drops of life, and a third verse sung in German by Didi, recorded via telephone, and a chorus that goes, sometimes I feel like screaming, sometimes I feel I just can't win, sometimes I feel my soul is as restless as the wind, maybe I was born to die in Berlin. This last track on the last album seems like a last bid for the Ramones to be taken seriously by some, and they always should have been anyway. So, the critics thankfully seem to agree, making statements like, their Blitzkrieg Bop not only hasn't aged, but is timelier than ever. It's an admirable way to bow out, and this was the right way to call it a day. It rocks, and it rolls, and it's not an embarrassment, and that is entirely true. And I would add my 2 cents that snobs can suck it. Sure, it's not likely there's all sorts of tritones and polyrhythms woven throughout Ramones' music. And sure, I want to hear Yes and Steely Dan also, but not because of their mastery of any wonky theory, but because I enjoy it. And I'm sorry to disagree with Mr. Sammy Hagar, but there really isn't only one way to rock. There are many, and sometimes just what the doctor ordered is the highfalutin Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and sometimes the Ramones have the secret sauce that I'm looking for. So, Viva la Ramones, adios amigos.
Good swan song, clearly. Wow. Well, from that feature onto another artist. Now, this one, I have to tell you, this one is a repeat. This artist, not the song. We found BDRMM, or Bedroom, I'm imagining, a while back. But they had one that fit the bill, and they had a song, or have a song, called Happy. So, we are going to take a listen from them. They're shoegaze and rock. They're also from the UK. So, here's Happy.
All right, we just heard BDRMM, presumably Bedroom, or something like that. It's like a scent. You can kind of put it together yourself. And the song Happy, and as Christina mentioned, we have played them before.
Yes.
But, however, let's talk about this song tonight, Happy. And I love the way it comes, running out with this 80s new wave bass, this urgent, but, kind of grooving, but kind of like, really focused. And the drums come in following suit, and the guitars, of course, it's the classic post-punk sound. It's kind of Cure-like,
Cure, feel,
for sure.
Yeah.
And it goes on for a while instrumentally. It lays down these, they're like the audio equivalent of establishing shots in a movie,
Absolutely.
and introduces you to these the rhythms of these movements that will later on undergird the haunting melody. And I wasn't expecting spectral vocals. Remember I said that? No,
it's shoegaze vocals.
It's
really.
Okay, yes, which has a spectrality about it.
Or a shoegaze.
Anyway,
about it.
yeah, good. And I came late in life to the party with this kind of stuff because of people I met in the indie music scene who still make music like this.
Yes.
I was like, oh, wow. So that's what that whole Cure, when I was in the Tar, that's what the Cure and all these Smiths and guys were doing that was so good. So, yeah, loved it. Whatever your names are, terrific work.
BDRMM, Bedroom. Yeah. I don't know. I figure if they wanted us to say bedroom, they probably would have spelled out bedroom. So I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah, like pronounced, like
right.
Leonard Skinner did it,
Exactly.
Pronounced bedroom,
I love the dual vocals. I love that layering thing. It makes me happy and is very, very, shoegaze. And, but it has a kick, right? I mean, while we hearken back to times that were probably influential to you, that's in no way meaning that you are not sounding current, because you definitely do. But I love this song because it's both uplifting and melancholy all at once. And I like the combo, and I feel like that happens a lot. And for me, this passes the vibe check, solo check, vocal check, everything.
What you said was true about MF Robots, too. Just because it does harken back and display a reverence for and an influence by other groups of the past does not make them unoriginal in any way. I love them and their whole soul thing, and this band is doing the same thing, only with a slightly later era, and doing it just as well, and making their own kind of sound, and impressing the hell out of us, I gotta say.
Yeah, I always get worried when we say, we hear influences, but that's the thing, is it doesn't matter what music it is, we're always going to hear the influences of great artists that came before us. That doesn't mean, though, that you don't have your own sound. So I just want to make sure to be clear on that. That's not what we're saying. But you have some of the parts in your music and some of the fabric and the structure in your music that makes us feel warm and fuzzy because it reminds us of some other things, but then also is uniquely yours. So,
and you're playing a vital role in the development of mankind.
Absolutely. So where can we find them?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because it never would have occurred to me to say so. The interestingly enough, this shoegaze rock band that we love so much, their social media is on Facebook at Smelly BDRMM.
Yes.
Smelly BDRMM.
And they're also from the UK, the second of 3 bands that happen to be from the UK that have very happy songs.
We like the UK.
I knew that was coming.
We think the UK is nice.
I knew that was coming.
Very nice.
So anyway, moving on to Hummingbirds. And this is the feature where we hum songs and try to get the other person to guess it or to horribly fail in a head-to-head battle. And it's typically me. But this time you actually start off the show, and hopefully I don't just go up in flames like I typically do.
Except for that recent blowout where you got every single one of them, and I completely crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Except for that.
That one time.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens this time with these cotton balls. And that's right. We're humming this time.
Yes.
So. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La 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 la. She's there.
Beatles? No. Tell me what. Oh fuck.
Oh, I wish I could give you a couple of words.
I know that song.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad. I know it.
Yeah.
I just can't come up with it. That's a great one.
All right. Oh, here's it.
Fuck.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
It's like right there, but it won't come.
La la la.
Ah.
Oh.
Fuck. Okay, I give up.
No time left for you. Guess who? No time. Oh, I thought you had that.
I
one.
was right.
Sorry.
I know the song.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. It was like I couldn't get there.
There have been a lot of ones like that.
Damn.
And I expect this next song that you pitched to be one.
Yeah, no, it won't. Okay. La 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 la.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, no.
La 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 la. No. Let's see. I thought for sure that would be it. La la la. No, see that doesn't work. The verse doesn't work that way. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Uh-oh. Wow, it's getting worse. Sounds like a show tune or something. You know?
No.
Nothing from the Oliver soundtrack here, okay?
No.
Okay, it's good.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, you got like 5 more seconds.
I'm done.
All of My Love, Led Zeppelin.
There's
There's no way.
The sense of defeat you get when you miss a Led Zeppelin
I mean,
song.
you know that song. I know you know that song, so that sucks. I'm so sorry. I thought that was a gimme.
It should have been an absolute gimme. I mean, that.
I blame myself for the interpretation.
No, that's how it goes. All of my love.
Yeah.
You.
To you, child. There's that use of child.
He doesn't say child
He
there, does
does.
he?
He says
oh,
child.
No
Yeah.
way. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but.
No, it doesn't.
And since I've been loving you, he said, little girl.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course he
that's
doesn't.
different. Yeah.
All right, well,
Okay.
wow, that was devastating. That was the
That's a-
worst.
that's
That
a
was
rough
worse
one.
than Blondie
That's a
100
rough
times
one.
over. That's
Yeah.
a bad one. All right, let's see if I don't butcher this one too much. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Do you love me, paparazzi? It's Lady Gaga.
Wow, very good. It sounded like such a Berlin style melody. I was thinking, wow,
No,
she's
you did
going
really.
to think it's
that was
older.
very good. No, I could tell.
And since we're always trying to educate and enlighten you here, you should know that paparazzi is actually a plural form of the word paparazzo, which is singular, which means you only have to spit once. I fucking detest these people. But anyway, so yeah, Lady Gaga paparazzi. I knew you were going to nail that. A little bit surprised on the Guess Who, but again, it's old though. I mean, this is paparazzi's one you're still going to hear today, so very appropriate. And I'm ready for my next crushing defeat.
Okay. La 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 la.
Okay. I was going to say that's it, but that ought to be that ought to be enough if you're talking about Purple Rain by Prince. So, whew.
That's
now
right.
that would have been pretty. Nothing will ever beat Led Zeppelin. That would be my
No,
greatest defeat in life.
That was brutal.
You know, I'm one of those people who does not dismiss In Through the Outdoor as an album, and I should have known that one, and I will never live that down. Okay. All right, well, you're on a spree. Well, actually, you're on
I'm
a
not.
bigger spree than I am, but you got one anyway. And here's your next one. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Or something.
That's the first line, yeah. La, 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 la.
Is it Maria by Blondie?
La, 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 la,
Oh, wait.
La, 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 la.
La, la. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Na, 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 na. Hang on, I know this song.
I will grant you it is Blondie.
Shit.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, la,
Why can't I remember it?
la.
I know this song so well. Why can't I remember the... I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,
Fuck.
you're gonna scream.
I know.
Dreaming. It's like they're probably the biggest hit ever. Oh, Clem Burke just fucking killing it on the drums there.
I mean, I knew it. I could not remember the title.
That happens. Hey, I blew
but at
Maria.
least I got Blondie.
Yeah, I blew Maria, you know. All right, so lay it on me.
La 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 la.
I'm going to go with Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax.
Yes.
Which was actually covered by, wait for it, Blondie. Yeah, they actually covered that.
All right. Well, you're doing better than I am.
The problem is, just like when I went back to the way back in the day, the 70s with Guess Who, I'm going to go back a little bit farther this time, but I hope you get it. All right. La 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 ba ba da ba la 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 la. Might be old, but I think everybody knows it. La 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 la. Oh, the pain.
I don't know that.
La 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 la.
Is it Not Unusual?
Yes, it is. By whom?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. That's right. Killing, slaying.
To be loved by anyone.
There
Got
you go.
It. Okay, that was going to make me really sad. I love Tom Jones.
Oh yeah.
Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Oh man, this would be a real blow if I couldn't get "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" by Elton John and Kiki D.
Yes.
Oh
that's it.
man, oh man. Whew.
Talk about cotton fucking balls.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I mean, the cottoniest one of all.
Come on.
Was Zeppelin.
Zeppelin. Yeah. That was the cottonesty. You have.
I'll wake up in a cold sweat later for that.
So is that it? That's it, right?
Yeah,
We've
that's it.
exhausted all of them. So you win. You got 3 out of 4.
What?
Yep, 3 out of 4.
Didn't you get 3?
You didn't mark them down? I don't remember. I don't think so because I
No,
didn't
you
get
didn't get
Blondie.
Blondie. You didn't get Blondie.
I didn't get the. I got the
Oh.
band. So that's what, 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Gaga,
Fuck.
you got Blondie the band, and you got Tom Jones the whole song, because I sang the whole fucking thing. Okay.
You know what?
But I mean,
you know what?
That's allowed in
I
Hummingbirds.
sang All My Love 400 times.
Oh, please.
know.
Yes, I know. I'm
that's
despondent about that.
I know, that's brutal, dude.
Brutal.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was like the most cottony. All right, well, we are moving on to our next artist, and I hope I'm getting your name right. Aaron Snop, or I guess it could be Snap, but I think it's Snop. And
No, isn't it Snape?
I don't know. Could be Snape. Could be anything. Tomato, tomato.
Isn't there a Harry Potter named Snape
I don't,
character?
I don't do Harry Potter.
I don't do Harry Potter either.
Yeah,
but
so I don't know. Anyway, Aaron, we apologize. Let us know. And Erin is from the UK, and her song, I Know It's Weird, passes the vibe check. It's happy. And she is indie pop and pop. So let's take a listen to her, and then we will come back and tell you what we think.
Hello to the fog of the day. Will you be nice to me and thaw the ice for me? Oh, where will I go if I'm scared of the way? Why don't you let me see and leave the sunshine be? Where is everyone going? Where is the weather and sun? Happy. Just a voice or a word wrapping around me, spelled it out at the world saying everything's gonna be alright. Just sit here for a minute, let me hold you tight. And out of something so small, nothing matters, and you're 10 feet tall. Why don't you ball it up and let me have a try and remember this feeling for the rest of your life? Be happy. Oh, and when you come, will you happen to stay or are you leaving soon? Come again when you choose. Give me a person, a smile and a song so I can talk to you. Come on and talk to me too. Where is everyone going? Where is the weather and sun all day? Where is everyone going? Where is the weather and sun all day? And I'm happy. Just a voice or a word wrapping around me, smiling out at the world saying everything's gonna be alright. Just sit here for a minute, let me hold you tight. And out of something so small, nothing matters, and you're 10 feet tall. Why don't you ball it up and let me have a try and remember this feeling for the rest of your life? Be happy. Hello, where are you going? Hello, where are you going? Where is everyone going? Where is the weather and sun all day? Where is everyone going? Where is the weather and sun all day?
All right, and that was Aaron Snape. I'm going with Snape.
Snape.
It turns out I was guessing that might have been a Harry Potter character. It is Professor Snape, who was played by the great Alan Rickman.
Yeah, but
at
she
some
wasn't
point.
named after that or anything.
I know, but I'm saying
a last
it's a
name.
name, so I
All
think
right.
that's unless she just adopted it because of Harry Potterism. But Aaron Snape, the song "Happy." Now this one was a real surprise.
Or Snap.
Compared to everything. Yeah, or Snap, or Snappy.
Yes.
Snappy, maybe.
Or Snapey.
And this one's markedly different from anything we've heard so far tonight, starting with actual guitars. I mean, like acoustic guitars and folk instruments like ukes and mandolins. I don't even know what's in there, but it has this fabulous rustic square dance / pub kind of feel to it, somewhere in between that kind of vibe. And vocally, it has moments with flashes of sounding like some phase that Joni Mitchell would have gone through, except she ran out of time doing all kinds of other different things. It's great. It starts out really laid back and builds up the vocal. I just love the vocal. I love it. It gets so fast and so impassioned and so
It's very syncopated.
dexterous.
I
Yes,
like how
it is.
syncopated it is. She's more Bjorky to me than anything.
Yeah, there's
She's
a
got
beautiful
that
rhythm to it.
Bjorky sort of quality, and Bjork will do that where she's really syncopated and rhythmic, and she's got a kind of ethereal sound, but it's also edgy. I feel like she's more Bjorky than Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell is just deep and
There are just moments where it has like that, because Joni Mitchell occasionally does that jazzy scat vocal thing, which this is beyond that, though.
yeah, of course.
And, like I said, it starts out kind of laid back, and it builds up this really radical head of steam.
It does.
A little bit like Led Zeppelin's Gallows Pole. It just starts and it just boom, 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 boom. It builds up until it's rocking your world, and you didn't even see it coming. It's like the frog being boiled or whatever the hell that allegory is. But anyway, you know the one.
I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? About, I don't know. Anyway, but you don't see it coming, but you get caught up in this, really energetic thing. And great piece of music. And another thing that's new but timeless too. Something that goes way back like the other songs, but is also so dragged into the modern day. And so, it lives again through great artists like we've seen tonight, including Aaron Snape, assuming that's how it's pronounced.
Or the other ways that I said. Anyway, I love it. It's a little folky, which I really like too. There's a folky, endearing quality about it. I do hear the pubbiness too. I definitely have that down. But I really just love the snaps. I thought the snaps were so cute, and I love how loud they were. Like, they're not in the background. They're adding a texture or even like another vocal, and I thought that was really amazing. And the syncopation, again, I just love it. It was so much fun. It kept things moving, a little freight trainy, and I dug it. Those harmonies in the back, I can't handle how amazing those were. beautiful. They were way, way up there, kind of angelic, ethereal. Yes, I'm saying it. Just beautiful, stunning. And it was dreamy and delicious. I'm just totally all about this. So where can we find her information?
Well, I'm going to go with Instagram at Erin.snape.
And Erin is from the UK as well, and she's the third and final artist tonight from the UK. Just, it so happens they have amazing artists. So,
it's from the UK, make me happy.
like, I don't know how they're going to feel about that.
I was going to say, if she's really from the UK, she would have said happy and not happy.
I'm not
but
really
in
sure.
the song, she says happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to feel about that accent. I don't know. I don't do that accent because I'm worried about how bad I sound. I don't know. So
that's your first mistake.
Yeah, well, the fact that I would suck at it. That's kind of where I'm going for. No, I'm not. So we are going to turn it over to you for your second and final feature. How exciting!
You know, there's a limit to this being in the giving vein thing. You understand, right?
Well, here's the thing: is just so you know, if they can count, they know you do 2 every time. So the whole I'm being giving, they know you're going to do 2. Just so you know, you're.
So it's like there's no real mystery there.
No, there's none.
It's like Roger Daltrey said at a Who concert. He says, "If you ask me, encores are a load of bullshit." He says, "We know we're coming back. You know we're coming back." And it's like, I'm doing 2 features, so why pretend?
Yeah,
right?
So don't pretend. Yeah, they know.
All right,
they know. They're in on it.
It's not easy to find. That's my contribution. Not easy to find features, much less do them. But however,
features, we have a huge list. You don't have to find them.
Ones that we haven't done because we do shows like every day. So
every day, fucking.
The feature I have selected, because there were none left to choose from,
is... Oh, my God, he's so full of shit.
The Partridge Effect. The Partridge Effect.
It's been so long.
Has it really?
I'm so excited.
In a life as long as mine, it seemed like it was just the other day. For this feature, we look at family bands, brothers, sisters, dads, moms, etc. And there we've had quite a few already, because we've been doing the show since like the dawn of time. So, what's on for tonight?
We're in year 4.
4, my goodness. Worse than I thought. Year 4. Okay.
Dawn of time, year 4, not the same.
Well, this time we have a story of a couple of Dutch boys. And when I say that, you might think of a certain paint company and the little...
Yes.
The little tow-headed kid with the blue hat. Well, these Dutch boys weren't blonde and didn't have that amazing haircut, though that would have been hilarious, you know. They were indeed born in Amsterdam and became residents of an obscure little hamlet called Pasadena. Put on the map when Jan and Dean sang about a certain little old lady terrorizing the town with her reckless driving. Yes, the so-called terror of Colorado Boulevard turned every square inch of Pasadena blacktop into a potential dead man's curve.
My God.
She's like, no, you didn't.
You did not.
But somehow our boys survived and went on to form a legendary American rock band. One of only 5 rock bands, it turns out, to have a studio album sell more than 10 million copies in the United States. So that means them and the Eagles and 3 others.
There you go. Very small.
Yeah. We know the Eagles are in there. Yeah. Also tied for the most multi-platinum albums by an American band. Again, the Eagles is the other, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Shit.
Fucking Eagles.
Fucking Eagles, right?
Leave you damn birds of prey. Leave something for somebody
They're
else.
They're like monopolizing the whole thing. Come on.
Carrying, man.
Right.
Meanwhile, so I better carry on now. Okay. Yes, indeed, these Wunderkinds founded the legendary band that bears their surnames, Van Halen. Alex on drums and award-winning piano prodigy Edward on guitar. Although, and I only just found this out, it used to be the other way around. I didn't know that. Did you?
I did, but I thought it was weird then, and I can't picture it still.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Eddie on drums and Alex on guitar. What the hell? Having settled on their main instruments, finally, the brothers banged around with various names and lineup changes until one day they rented a sound system from a local fellow named David Lee Roth, who fronted an area R&B-influenced band. Bassist Michael Anthony came along later after they had changed their name from Mammoth to Van Halen at Roth's urging. From there, they became local sensation in Los Angeles, playing the Sunset Strip at a lot of famous joints like the Whiskey A Go-Go, and then somebody talked Christina's buddy Gene Simmons into checking them out, and they ended up making a lengthy demo with him.
You know what? Gene Simmons and I would probably be good friends because we don't fuck around.
You know what? There's no bullshit,
around.
Gene Simmons. He tells you what he thinks.
Well, you don't think I do the same?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would be like a I'd be like, I think your music sucks. He's like, I think you suck. I'm like, cool. Want to be friends?
Yeah. He probably would really respect that, too.
Yeah, he probably would.
Now, however, he might lose a little bit of cred for this. Simmons suggested they change their name to Daddy Longlegs.
Oh,
But,
shit.
I mean, I can see out of the blue maybe, but not when Van Halen is on the table, you know.
Daddy Longlegs?
Daddy Longlegs.
Why would that be a
I don't
hot
know.
name?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's Fred Astaire movie. It's,
no.
it's an insect.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to have nightmares just thinking about it.
No.
Thank you. But could do. She's doing a hand across the table, and is that like, come on, move it along,
No,
speed this feature up? She's doing a Daddy Longlegs.
The Daddy Longlegs at you.
Oh man! And I think people like to say it's not a spider. Well, who gives a fuck what it is? You
It's
know?
a spider.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
sorry.
spider.
It's got big old long fucking legs and it moves.
But after suggesting this name change, Simmons could do no more to help the band, but once Kiss's management opined that Van Halen had, quote, no chance of making it.
Although Kiss did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, Kiss was discovering a lot of bands, Rush and Angel and Van Halen, but, you know, if they made it, I think Van Halen could make it too.
You think?
But make it they certainly did, and in fact, this was no uphill slog and delayed gratification. Once that first record landed, they were a smash. I was in high school in 1978 when it came out, and I'll tell you, we all lost our shit at that time. Ultimately, the debut album would go on to be one of those diamond-certified 10 million selling records we spoke of. The records kept coming and the hits kept coming, even radio airplay, which some successful bands never had much of. But, as is too often the case, there were differences. Differences ranging from the direction of the band's music, sort, to the I just don't fucking like you sort. Fighting and rehabs and this and that took their toll, and ultimately Roth left to pursue a solo career. Some of the proposed replacements included Patti Smythe of Scandal.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, right?
I can't really hear that.
No, and Yacht Rock King Daryl Hall.
No.
You know, but he said, I can't go for that. No can do. No can do. You know. Then a shared auto... She's like, what are you doing?
I joined in. That's so fucking wrong.
You were such a foil. You're such an easy foil for that, you know. I made you say it. You know.
You did. You set my ass up.
You didn't even see it coming, man.
I didn't.
Then a shared auto mechanic brought Eddie Van Halen into contact with the Red Rocker Sammy Hagar. Hagar might have seemed an unlikely choice, despite his rock star pedigree and the extent of the differences of his style from Roth, but Eddie had backed the right horse because all 4 Van Hagar albums went platinum.
Because fucking Sammy Hagar's amazing.
I guess there's that, too.
What?
No, I'm not saying he's not.
Now, I will say, David Lee Roth, sexy, hot-ass motherfucker. Nice hair. He's got great hair back in the day. Really good hair.
It's always in the gutter with you, isn't it? No, but I'm saying it's an entirely different
But
vocal style, but some of the music was changed and some of it was really Davey.
there is no vocalist like Sammy Hagar. I mean, his vocals, to me, completely destroy David Lee Roth, who can sing. So it's like Sammy Hagar sings it like a 12. David Lee Roth sings it like a 4. So it's not like he can't sing, but he's not a 12.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of...
right, it's singing versus not really singing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes not really singing is okay, but...
No.
All right, and but nobody seems to be able to get along with the Van Halens for long, and Hagar also hit the road eventually. And after recording only 3 tracks for the next album, which is the only one to feature Extreme's Gary Cherone, and the only Van Halen album not to go platinum, bassist Michael Anthony followed Hagar and has pretty much been wherever he's gone since. After years of flip-flop reunion talk with both Roth and Hagar, and new tracks for best-of albums and whatnot, the Wheel of Fortune finally landed on Roth, who rejoined the band for their first full studio album of any sort in 14 years, and the first with Roth in 28 years, and a highly successful tour and live album, which most of the bad things you've heard about it are true, by the way.
Yeah.
But by this time, Michael Anthony had been replaced on bass by Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie's son, who wasn't even born when the band hit the scene.
I'll never really understand why that happened.
Why Wolfie was in the band? That was 2012, 11 years after Eddie had been diagnosed with cancer, but he and Alex kept on keeping on, and though bandmates came and went, the two bros stuck together through thick and thin, and I think they got along the whole while, unlike those Oasis douchebags. I don't know. Van Halen has charted 13 number one hits on Billboard's mainstream rock chart. VH1 ranked the band 7th on a list of the top 100 hard rock artists of all time. Alex and Eddie Van Halen founded one of the most successful sibling acts of all time, the only constant members, and by incorporating son and nephew Wolfgang into the act, they kicked the Partridge Effect up to the next level. And I got to say, I was how surprised I was when I found out that you actually liked Van Halen. I thought for sure you were way too much of a snob, but
I also like Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah. How much of a snob can you be in like Motley Crue?
I love White Snake.
There
I love
you go.
Lots. So,
all right, well.
Yeah, I'm not a snob.
Bridging the gap between me and the music snobs.
Yeah, see, I'm not a snob. I just have standards. I'm just kidding. I couldn't help it.
Standards that Motley Crue satisfies somehow.
Yes,
okay, got it.
Yes, but Kiss does not. So, yeah, it's very strange. So, we have another amazing artist coming up. And are you ready? Do you purport to be prepared for this?
You know, I took a look at the artist's name, and I'm kind of swooning, so I'm not entirely sure I'm ready.
Are you? All right. Take a deep breath, because we are going to listen to indie pop alternative dream pop artist Carolyn Loveglow. And not only is her song about being happy, but it's happy, happy. So this is going to be really good. And she is actually from Los Angeles. So
wow.
She's right in our backyard. So here we go. Happy, happy.
Lay it down for a
All right, and that was Carolyn Loveglow, and I'm assuming that's a made-up name. I mean,
If
Lovejoy is a real name. Loveglow, she had to put that together, and it's
Either
beautiful.
way,
I love it.
Gorgeous, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I saw the name. I was like, oh wow,
Right?
I mean, I'm inclined to like this already
It's like
because
Paul
Loveglow.
Lovecraft.
Yeah, I love Glow. That's a good thing.
It's a
you know?
sweet name for
And
a song
it's
called
a-
Happy Happy.
Yeah, and it's the way they've described it is indie pop, dream pop, absolutely alternative. I mean, it's I wouldn't want to put labels on people, but if they adopt that, because that's exactly what it is. It's super strong percussion, which I love, but it doesn't drown out the vocals at all. It's a great
The
female
vocals
vocal,
are definitely in the front.
Definitely.
And they should be.
and it has this, kind of dream poppy, almost post-punky guitar things going on.
New wave, it's
certainly,
synth,
yes.
it's alt though, it's pop. I think it's a lot of things.
And I love the vocal is great, but it's it's obviously supposed to be dreamy and subdued. But then there's this fabulous break.
She belts it.
Yeah, exactly. It breaks loose and soars, and she really belts it out. And it's like, oh, does that take it high, much higher? Wonderful tune from Carolyn Loveglow. What do you think?
Absolutely loved it. I mean, I definitely heard a lot of different genres mixed into here, and I thought that was great. The voice is soft and warm, and there's that innocence and that purity in her voice that I love. But if you hear the lyrics, it kind of stands in contrast to the lyrics, which I also love. But it puts me in such a calm, joyful place. The whole tone, the feel, her vocals, it feels kind of like a hug to me. I don't know why. I just feel super warm. And I mentioned I love the belting and that voice and nothing else. That was beautiful. Absolutely great. This song is happy. It definitely is perfect. Lives up to its name. Passes the vibe check for sure.
I was going to ask the vibe check question just now.
Yeah, I think it passes the vibe check. Huge. But it's not happy in the way that a lot of the other songs we've heard tonight are. It's happy in a different way. Would this make you happy? That kind of stuff. And I love it. I think it's just amazing. And I love that she's local, which means we could maybe go see her.
Yes,
Live.
yeah, first time we've got someone from the California area here.
That would be amazing. So where can we find this amazing artist?
All right, and if you're interested and you're in Southern California, you can also find her on Band is in Town and be notified when she does gigs in this area. And you can find her on Instagram at Caroline with an E .loveglow, just like it sounds, Loveglow.
Amazing. Well, then we are finally at my second and final feature, which I have decided is Sparrow Me. And for this feature, we discuss songs that we wish we had never heard. And I have such a long list. But this one is one that pains me. And it is John Mayer's Your Body is a Wonderland.
Oh, shit.
I can't. Do you know this song?
No, I don't.
Okay, excellent. We're going to listen to it, and I'm going to try not to hurl. Do you have any maybe motion sickness bracelets or anything around? Because I'm going to be sick.
We could call in one of the geese or ducks in here, and you could pet them.
Okay, I definitely need an animal support on this one. All right, so here we go. Bye. Okay, through the magic of radio, we are back, and I have subjected David to a song I hate. So, why do I hate this song? Well, first of all, let me give you its statistics. So, it has 488 million downloads on Spotify. Number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2002. Now, I will say he was only 21 when he released this absolutely cringe-worthy song. Here's some of the reasons I hate it. The instrumentation is like boy band tripe. It's the worst. It should have been an acoustic song with a ton of editing, but it ended up being some really stupid song with stupid instrumentation, really uninspired textures. It's overdone in every way, from his like sung in like this whisper and this over enunciation. I can't do it. And then it's excessively snappy and stuff like your candy lips and your bubblegum tongue. I can't, unless he's like 15. I can't. And he was 21. And it's so slow, and the lyrics are so lame. And as much as I hate whistling in songs, I hate the dab-a-dap, dab-a-dap, debit. Just stop the song. You're wasting my time. Just end the song. I don't need to hear the debit up, down, out. I don't need that. This song, I mean, I remember the first time I heard it, I thought, that is the lamest song. Now, I like sappy songs. This is just too stupid to like, in my opinion. I just can't. And supposedly, he's a brilliant guitarist. That's great, and I'm sure he has a nice voice, maybe now that he's not 21 and trying to sing like, I don't know, a baby. Sounds kind of babyish to me, but I wish I had never heard this song. I am not a John Mayer fan. Maybe I need to go listen to his current stuff, but it's just cringeworthy, and I just wish I'd never heard it. How about you?
Yeah, that's one of the words I wrote down. This is really kind of the granddaddy of all horrid, cringeworthy, wretch-inducing drivel. I loathed it.
Yes.
First of all, the lyrics, forget about. I just
can't.
Absolute vomit,
Ugh.
But the vocal is horrendous.
It is.
I would give him.
I can't.
I would give him the same advice I would give Frank Zappa. Don't sing ever.
Please,
you
yeah.
suck at singing.
Or at least don't sing like that, because that's affected. That's a thing. He's doing a thing.
Well, yeah. I don't know what he really sounds like.
I could sing like that. One leg,
yeah.
your bubblegum tongue. It's just gross. It just sounds. It's the equivalent of vocal fry, but singing.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's weak. It's so insipid. It's so weak. It seems to suck energy and strength out of the universe. It's so bad.
Yeah, I'm more tired now than I was before we listened to that song.
Yeah, the vibe check is a total fail right now.
Total fail. Vibe check.
And thank you for bringing me down like that. So.
I wanted to share this moment with you.
That's like instant sobriety.
It's right.
Not that I'm not sober, but I mean that would work. Yeah,
bring
that
it right
would work.
back.
And it's yes, of course he's known as a guitar hero.
Yes,
and
I'm not going to take that from him. I'm sure he's a brilliant guitarist.
I'm sure he's
but
great.
I can't.
But
I can't.
These songs, my goodness, it's like get a singer, get somebody to write songs. Of course, he's been around for quite a while,
mm-hmm.
so
I'm sure he's matured.
Yeah,
by now
would have to beyond that.
He's 40 something now, But I just. Since 2002, when this comes on, I hear that. Right away, I'm changing the fucking channel. Like within 1 second, I can't. I hate it. That's the longest I've heard the song. I think since the first time I heard it, unless I was in someone's car and they made me listen to it.
I actually think this probably outguns Wonderwall.
I mean, it's right there,
it's
isn't
up there.
it?
It's in that league.
I mean, if they were singing it, if Oasis were singing it, it would be the absolute worst. But at least they wouldn't be like, So anyway, I hate that song. So this is Sparrow Me. I wish I would have been sparrowed this song, because it's just. And here's the thing that sucks the most: you will be singing this song. Yeah, you will be singing it, and it's the worst. That's the thing too. Is it burrows itself in your head.
What I do when evil songs like that are stuck in my head is I make up little ditties to like people coming into work and everything. I say rude things to them and everything that they don't know I'm saying. And this is probably a tune I will be making up songs about them all week. Yeah.
Exactly. You're so stupid. Go on ahead. Or whatever in the world it is.
No one wants to hear this shit.
Right. Deb it up.
I
can't. I just can't. This song has all the only thing it's missing is a whistle. If he whistled, I don't know, I might be banging my head against a wall right now. So anyway, I know there's a lot of John Mayer fans out there. I just can't with this song. I can't with this song. I'm not going to dismiss his whole catalog, but I can't with this song.
Yeah, I don't really know anything of his, and this is probably not a good place to start. But I mean,
it's definitely not.
I know he can play, and there's even some evidence of that on that song. But this is
it's abysmal.
This is one of those things. Well, I'm glad to hear he was young and
he was
probably not terribly wise yet, and but it worked. I mean, it's a big hit song.
He did not want to release this as his first song. He did not. He did not want. He wrote it. Don't get it twisted. But he didn't want this to be that song, right? But it was the song that introduced him to the world. And again, lots of people love it. I don't understand it. I was a lot younger then. You should think I would get it. I just was not.
I would have bet against the success of that. But but apparently
we were
He
wrong.
was wrong, and he was wrong in this instance, you know.
Absolutely. So, anyway, more power to him. That's fine. But if I never hear that song again, it's going to be too soon. Sorry to have subjected you, but at least we went through it together. We were each other's emotional support.
Yeah, I would have hated to have faced that alone.
Yeah.
I probably would have gone to a dark place.
Yeah, we would have. It would have been hard to get you back. But I could have just doubled it at you. Dub it up, and you'd have come right back.
Yeah.
So we have one more artist, but that's not to say that they're any less amazing than the other.
Yeah.
This is Spun Sugar, and their song name is Happier, Happy Less. HAPPYLESS. And they're shoegaze, alternative, and post-punk. And they're from Sweden. How exciting. And you thought only one genre of music came out of there. No, that's not true.
I'm refraining from cheesy accents and jokes.
So let's take a listen and hear Happier, Happy Less.
Count on me forever, fighting.
All right, and that was Spun Sugar, and evidently that's one word.
One
word, Spun Sugar. First thing that pops to mind is cotton candy.
Right.
But,
I see the same thing in my mind's eye.
Absolutely. Which is because that's what it is.
That's what it is.
But which is not to suggest this is frivolous or fluffy or inconsequential in any way, because
but it can also
isn't.
be any shape you want it. It can be, you know what I mean? I love that image.
That's right. You can make a car out of cotton candy.
That's exactly right. I mean, I can't. But.
Happy or happyless, and evidently that's what they're really saying here.
Yes.
And it's like, it's cool. I mean, make up a word. It's much more grabby. Like Slayer had an album called Repentless. It's like, dude, that's not a word, okay? I believe what you're looking for is unrepentant.
Yes.
But you got my attention by calling it repentless, just like this is happyless, happy or happyless.
Yes.
And but this one, well, I was really digging the driving synthesizer and beat that was really minimal there for a while. And it was a big sound, but it wasn't played on a huge number of instruments. Apparently, it was just kind of. But then the guitars get more prominent.
Yes.
And
you hear the new wave in there, the
exactly.
alt rock. Yep.
The very next words I have written down here is new wave, and it's kind of like a female-fronted Talking Heads almost.
I can hear that.
You know, and I loved that outro, as you said, great fade out.
That fade out was
and
great.
And the little discordant touches that they threw in there to make it like, whoa.
I know.
Not exactly the super happiest happy. It's more happy less than happier.
Right.
But very excellent work from Spun Sugar from Sweden.
Absolutely. What I really like, too, is the guitarist shows such restraint. Because it's hard when you're a guitarist, as I understand it, to show that level of restraint, but there's so much restraint, and he lets it breathe, and he lets the vocal do the thing. But again, it is perfect. He meets it where the song needs it. It's perfect. And that chorus swell, I mean, it swells, and it's like it's almost like chaotic, and it's like hazy. Things become a little hazy there, and I thought that's really brilliant because they're talking about happier, happy less, happier, happy less. So it feels like you're kind of supposed to feel chaotic and hazy. And then I really, again, it's so propulsive. I loved how propulsive it was, and I loved the vocals, of course, as well. So, again, vibe check. I think that passes the vibe check. I know there's a little bit of the happy less thing, but I still think it has an overall happy, poppy feel, and I like that. I know it's post-punk, shoegaze, all that kind of stuff, but I really feel more pop.
Yeah, it has a pop effect on
doesn't
you.
It? Yeah.
And it doesn't leave you feeling, wow, man, I'm bummed out, dude. I want to gaze at my shoes for a while. No,
I feel
it actually,
happy less,
I feel actually happier
good.
Because, I was just entertained by a really good song. And
100%.
Yeah, so it was not a bring down at all. I actually loved it. Great song.
Thank you, Sweden.
Yep.
And where can we find them?
You can find them on Facebook at Spun Sugar. That's one thing about having a great, unique name like that. Spun Sugar, one word, exactly how it sounds.
Yep, exactly. Uh-oh. It's that time. Hang on. Do you have a tissue or something I could dab my eyes with?
We're a little short here at the moment.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me just use my sleeve then. I know. Go ahead. Do what you have to do.
All right. Take comfort in the knowledge that the puppy is going to be wrapped up in a neat little blanket.
Okay.
Coming up, Winging It. And what the heck is that? How could you possibly not know? Anyway, but glad you asked. It's a short show about one music-related topic. No tracks, no features. Just an informal. Informal. I thought it said informed. I was going to say, well, it definitely isn't
Hell
that.
no.
Informal.
That's why I emphasize on the informal.
Yeah. Not informed. Ill-informed, informal chat, where opinions and laughter are promised. That's a pretty safe bet.
It is.
And we offer up something new every week, and we invite
and you. Know
what?
We're really trying to do that every week, but I mean, technical difficulties aside, illness aside, major traumatic events aside, those are the things that are getting in the way.
And digging up reruns is no small task.
It is not.
And we only do it when absolutely forced to.
That's right.
By circumstances beyond our considerable control.
That's right.
Yeah. And we invite you to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, where evidently we get a great deal of our streams.
That's because they're the smartest people in the world.
Spotify, Deezer, and many more. Always click subscribe and enable notifications. And follow us on Facebook Instagram at BOAF on Air. That's BOAF on Air. And this is where we advertise our new themes. And tell your friends... What? You're playing I know, yeah. I was ignoring the typo that she's laughing about.
Damn it.
Tell your friends... talk about thinking on my feet here. It's amazing I didn't say it, actually. Tell your friends in bands to send in their music. And, we want to grow our flock.
Yes.
We need your help in that noble endeavor. Please share us with on your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. feeds. And share your boys with the world. And... well, that's all I got, and that probably leaves nothing left but for you to say...
let's get the flock out of here.
This has been Birds of a Feather on What the Flock Radio.